Hey there. Do you want a cheat code for Zoom interviews? I have 8 talking points for this video that are going to help you best prepare for your Zoom interview. Not just technically, but professionally, because candidates who do well, who stand out immediately, who are strong in their Zoom interview, make a big difference, right? It makes a huge difference in wanting to move forward with you. Setting the tone early is best. So if you can log on to the Zoom 5 to 10 minutes before the start time, not exactly at the start time, but if you can log on a few minutes beforehand, we get an email notification when you log on. So even if we are not ready, we still see that email come through and we can still make that notation on your notes saying what time that you arrived. Okay. So that means test the Zoom ahead of time. If you need to, download it on your computer, download it on your phone, make sure that you have a camera and a mic and you have speakers and everything is connected. If you do it on your phone or on the computer, that either one is totally fine. Okay, totally fine. Just make sure that you are prepared ahead of time. Now, technology doesn't always go as expected. That's okay. If you can't log on 5 to 10 minutes ahead of time, you're trying to download and your Wi-Fi is not strong enough and things aren't going, just shoot us a text message. We get it. We are here to help. We use Zoom every single day, and we know that the people who we are interviewing probably don't use it every day. That's okay. We are here to help. Just reach out to us, send us a text. So again, first impressions make a really big difference. And in a little bit, where I'll talk about your kind of elevator pitch and kind of what you need to say, because that's what you start your Zoom with. That's what we start our Zoom with. Keep in mind too, some Zoom interviews like mine are recorded immediately from when you first start on. Some other people, they have to hit the record button. So be ready as soon as your Zoom is turned on and choose the right environment. So make sure that it's quiet, it's distraction free, that it's not a loud environment. You see that this is, loud as in visually loud or also audibly loud, but you see that my background is visually appealing. You don't have to have a visually appealing background like this. If it's a blank wall, that's great. Just try to avoid any kind of clutter or laundry piles, any movement behind you. If there's other people in the house and they know that you are going to be interviewing, ask them to stay on the other side of the house. Try to keep your kids away from you and your pets away from you, your TV turned off, any background noise turned off or eliminated if you possibly can. Also, silence your phone notifications because we can see when you get a notification and we can see your brain reading that text message and also swiping up. So make sure that you have your notifications on silent before we get into the interview. Okay. Now, back to like the background and things like that. Keep in mind the lighting. It doesn't have to be picture perfect, but we want to be able to see your face and make sure that it's not too bright and not too dark. Okay. I actually have an overhead light as well as like a ceiling light for my background. Again, I know that this is something that I do all day, every day, and you don't have to do that. But if you have a little lamp that you can turn on next to you if you need it, that is fantastic. Um, and keep in mind that if you're in your car, that's okay. We get it. Sometimes we have to interview in situations that are not exactly ideal, or it's your lunch hour, things like that. We are happy to interview you while you're in your car, but you have to be stopped in your car. We want to make sure that you are safe and that we're safe and we're not liable for anything if you get in a car accident. So keep in mind that you are stopped in your car if you need to be in your vehicle. Again, totally fine. We're okay with that. Try your best to dress like you are going in person. I'll also back up. So if you're on your lunch hour, make sure that you look the part. If you can put on a nice jacket, or if you can just make sure that you look like, that your clothes are ironed, that they look nice. If you can change your top if you need to, that's okay. If you can wear solid colors instead of busy patterns, that's very helpful. Have minimal distractions with your jewelry and try to not wear a hat, no sunglasses if you can. If you are clinical and you wear something on your head, try to make sure that you put your hair in a ponytail or groom it in a little bit of a way so that, again, you will come off in the best possible light that you can. Okay. It doesn't mean that you have to be 100% groomed and picture perfect, but we want to make sure that you are putting your best foot forward. Okay. Pretend like you are dressing to go in person, but keep in mind, we can only see from the chest up. We're not going to ask you to stand up. So if you're working and from home or you're interviewing from home, you can have shorts on, you can have PJ bottoms on, totally fine. We're only going to see you from the chest up. We're not ever going to ask you to stand up. Somebody else interviewing you could keep that in mind, but we won't. And then keep in mind, body language still counts on Zoom. It still counts. So make sure that you sit up. You're trying your best to look at the camera, that you're talking to us. You're being engaging with us. You're smiling, you're nodding, right? Try to avoid fidgeting or clicking pens. If you need a little fidget thing, I have a little hair tie that I can fidget with down here that you can't see, right? Make sure that if you do need to fidget something, that you play with a piece of paper, you play with something that's very, very quiet so we don't see that. If you need to fidget, totally fine. Just make sure that it is quiet and kind of off camera. Okay. Zoom interviews, we still see and feel the energy. It's a little bit different than in person, of course, but we still can feel that. All right. Now coming prepared. Like I said in the beginning, that we're going to talk about the elevator pitch, how to talk about yourself. So when we first start off, we're going to ask one of the questions, something similar to, tell me about yourself and your work history or your background. We don't need every single detail of every single job that you've ever had since you were 14 years old. We just need a short elevator pitch, 3-ish minutes. Where you started, where you're at now, and if you know where you're going, you can tell us about that too. Sometimes people don't know where they're going, but where you started, where you're at now, and where you're going if you have that information. Now, also coming prepared, read the job description right before the interview. Rewatch the video, the candidate video that we send to you. 99% of the time I have that. Sometimes I don't. If I don't, make sure to ask if we do have it ready. If we don't have it ready, then I apologize. But just go back and read the job description where you found it, if you can. If you need us to send it to you, let us know. That's okay. We just want you to be best prepared. Okay. If you can also go to research the company, if the company is not a confidential post, right? Research the company if you can. Look at the website, look at the bios, check out their social media, their LinkedIn, understand and see their values, their service, their culture, and maybe figure out why you're interested in them. We don't just plot people into a position. We really want to make sure that it's the right merriment. We know that it's not just a job. Especially in dentistry, it is not just a job. This is a profession. This is a career. This is something that you get to do every day. You get to go into an office and you get to help your patients. That's why we are recruiters. That's why we do what we do today, because we see that bigger impact. Right? It's not just a job. We want to make sure that this is the best fit for you as well as the office. We get to be that kind of in-between person to help you figure that out. Okay. And then if you can, since you just looked at the website, you looked at the job description, things like that, come ready with questions. It's so great when you come to us with 3-ish, 5 thought out questions about the practice that we haven't gotten the opportunity to answer for you yet. Think broad about what kind of questions. Go research what kind of questions that you should ask in a dental office if you don't have any questions for your position, right? So avoid questions that have already been asked, or I should say, avoid questions that have already been answered in the video that I already sent to you. We want you to bring questions to us so that we know you are ready. You actually want this position. You want to fit into this culture. You want success in this role. Those are the things that we look forward to going forward. Okay. So questions show confidence. They show confidence. They show that you want this position. Thank you so much for your time the last few minutes taking to watch this video. I hope that this has helped you immensely. If you have more questions before we get into the interview, again, we are here to help you. A little preparation goes a long ways. Zoom interviews can feel casual, but they're still interviews, and first impressions matter a lot. Thank you again so much for taking the time to watch this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day.